Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Toby Eunice with a Gypsy's Kiss, and we've got a great show for you planned tonight. We're going to be very much focused on the Jamie Jourdan campaign. So right after the intro, we'll come back and introduce you to everyone on the panel.
Nice to meet.
Okay. Oof. All right. So it was a little crazy for us today because we couldn't figure out why we couldn't hear Jamie, but we can hear Jamie. Now that's her laughing, okay? So here's the plan for tonight. Our plan is to bring you a complete update of the Jamie Jourdan campaign. We're going to go around the horn in the sense that I'm going to have everybody introduce themselves first, and then I'm going to come back. I'm going to have a brief conversation with Jamie, and then I'll have Mike talk about financials, Cynthia talk about the Gypsy Magic illustration, and we'll finish up with K-Pro so that she can give you a rundown of the status of the campaign and then what we can expect to happen on September 6th. I will remind you all that the campaign for donations ends at 5 p.m. on Friday, April 31st, so you have between now and Friday to make a donation to the campaign as it comes to an end. By any measure, I believe it could be called successful, and that's due to those of you out there that are watching this video now. And I know Jamie is very grateful, and I know the rest of us who took responsibility for helping to promote this campaign and the effort that was put in by K-Pro and Cynthia and Mike, we're all very grateful. So let's start with introductions. Mike, we're going to go start with you, and then literally I'm going to go around the horn. Go ahead.
Yeah, hi everybody. Mike Cowling, Cow Lazars, Cow Lasers on YouTube. You guys know me.
Shelley Carney.
Oh, hello. I'm Shelley Carney with the Gypsy's Kiss and also with the Softer Side. And you can find the link to my channel in the chat room.
And Jamie.
Hi everybody. Jamie Jourdan, otherwise known as Jay Diggins.
And Cynthia.
I'm Cynthia Meacham, chasingfriendstreasure.com.
And Christy.
K-Pro, Christy, Hint of Riches, and Cynthia's sidekick.
Aren't we all? Actually, aren't we all? All right, so let me spend a few minutes. We're still going to try and get the show done by 8 o'clock, so no worries about that. I apologize for being late, but everything that Jamie did yesterday to make sure she could be on today's this evening's show was off by about a half inch. And so we had to fix that before we got on so that you guys could hear her. And what I'd like to do first is spend a little time with Jamie. So, Jamie, the last time you and I spoke was when we did your interview. I think it was a couple of Fridays ago. You were still in between your, the destruction to your home and finding a new place to stay. If I remember correctly, you were living with relatives. What has happened since then? Where are we now?
Well, we are back in Upper Lake, California. We are living at my business partner's home, and we've been doing some upgrades to the home with painting and, actually able to go and get, some pots and pans and it's crazy the things that you think you need to get again, but it's basically like when you move out, when you go to college or whatever, you got to start all over and get fork, spoon, ketchup and mustard and all that.
So, again, the last time we spoke, you hadn't heard from the government organizations like FEMA or the California Support Organization. Have you had a chance to communicate with them?
Yes, absolutely. I actually got a Fema Inspection this afternoon.
Oh, and how did that go?
It seemingly went very well. The guy was very nice. A little, put off by the dust on the road and whatnot. We had to get a pass to go up there, and it was better than going up there the first time. The sun was out. There's not as much smoke. I actually saw a little green on one of the oak trees. It was a lot better than the first time. And we actually, we could have a better view of the lake now. So.
For those of you that haven't seen them, I posted pictures that Jamie shared with us of the destruction that was done at her on her acreage in the national forest. Those are posted on, as I said, on our blog. But you can get links to that on the Bitly document that we set up. It's at bit.ly/JJ Diggins, and you'll right at the top you'll see links to the photographs and then some footage that Jamie sent me as well. So if you want to have any idea of what a fire of that dimension can do to a family's home, take a look at that. So have you and Bill made plans for September 6th? And if so, what are they?
Yes, we have. We are actually driving to Santa Fe to be a part of the drawing, so it's pretty exciting.
That'll be great. Yeah. We're looking forward to seeing you then. So we can have additional conversations then. And I know Christy is going to tell us about the events that she's planned around that in addition to the drawing. So we look forward to hearing those. So for those of you in the chat room that may have questions for Jamie, just ask them. And when Shelley will let me know that you've asked those questions, and we'll come back to them a little bit later in the show. I don't want to belabor all of this with long conversations. I want to get to the meat of things. So let me jump over to Mike Cowling. Mike has having had experience with these kinds of events and these kinds of campaigns, was the logical person to manage this part of the process, what I call the financials. He's done a great job of it, reporting to us daily about how the progress is being made. And we're very grateful for his effort, because I know it really does take a lot of time to do these things, and Mike has a family and a full-time job, so he's got to find the time to do it. So, Dr. Cowling, where are we?
So I know the big question is, did we reach the 26,000 that Forrest Fenn put before us so that he would donate 10,000? And the answer is yes, we did reach that amount. So what I'm going to give you is the total. I'm going to give you the total of all money raised. Yeah, there it is. I was going to tell you to ring that. This is the total down to the penny of everything raised as of about 15 minutes ago. Cynthia's silent auction is not included.
Okay. All right, we're going to hear about that in just a minute.
Yeah. So this dollar amount includes the $10,000 that Forrest Fenn is going to donate. So are we ready for it?
Yeah. Ed, let us have it.
$44,535.94.
Yay!
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty unbelievable.
That is an amazing number, Mike. Well, that's far more than the $36,000 we would have expected had we had gotten to the 26,000. And
right.
So the additional funds are all individual contributions. There's got to be, what, $8,000 worth of individual contributions there?
There are a couple people that came through with some very large donations other than Forrest Fenn. That $44,535.94 was donated by 334 people total. And I just want to make a comment about the tickets. Remember, in the beginning, we said for every $25 you get a ticket.
Right.
So for Forrest Fenn's $10,000 donation, he gets 400 tickets.
Oh.
And Forrest has decided to give those tickets to Jamie. So if any of his tickets are pulled, that item will go to Jamie. So with that in mind, and we had some other big donations, there are a total of 1,724 tickets in the drawing as of right now.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah. Well, that'll spread out the numbers, won't it?
Yeah, I got a 2,000 roll thinking I had plenty.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, you never know.
Well,
and the draw.
Go ahead.
Well, no, I was just going to say that the drawing's not over. So we still have, what, 2 days or a day and a half, I guess you could call it, until Friday. So we were trying to come up with what could we do for a $50,000 challenge. If we could push it up to 50,000, because, you know, it's never enough. Do you want me to bring that up, or do you want to talk about it, Christy?
No, Mike, go for it.
So what we decided to do is, if we reach 50,000 by the deadline on Friday, Toby and Shelley have been gracious enough to do a panel interview with one winner. We will pull a ticket. Shelley didn't know.
Shelley didn't know. I had.
And Toby, you need to say if this is
sorry.
correct or not.
Yeah, it is correct. I'm sorry.
All right. We will pull a ticket, if we reach 50,000, and only if we reach 50,000, we'll pull a ticket. Whoever that winner is will have a panel program just like this. They can pick their YouTubers they want to be on it. If those YouTubers are willing to do it, they can be on it, and we'll talk about, I guess, whatever they want to talk about.
Whatever they want to talk about, whether it's a search or anything else. So they get
for 1 hour, I take it?
1 hour's worth of being on a Gypsy's Kiss panel. So, Shelley, I am sorry. I talked to Christy about this, and as usual, I claim, just being an old guy. Sorry.
Yeah, so I'm used to it.
Yeah. So, that'll be a fun one. Please draw that ticket, and whoever wins that, we look forward to having you on a Wednesday night panel session of your own. We will likely, at some time in the future, have a panel session with Jamie to see how the progress is being made towards reconstructing her life effectively. And Jamie, I should have asked you, are you planning to move back into the forest or other plans?
That's a tough one. I really love my forest. I really, really, really love it. But I also look at this as maybe an opportunity to do something different. Mm-hmm. So still kind of up in the air. They haven't even lifted the mandatory evacuation off of the mountain yet. So that's kind of holding up any decisions I might be making too.
Well, in my own self-interest, wherever you are now is great internet, so we can actually have these conversations.
Even though I can't see you.
Yeah, exactly. We'll get that one figured out. I don't know how we went from yesterday where everything was perfect to today where it wasn't quite so perfect. But you know what? You're here. Okay, Mike, anything else to report?
I just wanted to say real quick that I have emailed all the numbers out for the drawing.
Okay.
So if you donated and you want to be in the drawing, you should have your numbers. If you don't, you need to contact me, cowlasers@gmail.com. There's a couple invalid PayPal email addresses. So if you don't have your numbers, make sure you contact me.
All right. So, and they can send, you just said cowlasers@gmail.com. Right. Okay. And how up to when can they send you an email to qualify?
As long as they've donated, I could give them their ticket numbers through the weekend.
Okay.
As long as that donation is in by, what are we talking, 5 o'clock Friday?
5 o'clock.
Friday, 5 o'clock Mountain Time.
Yeah.
And I also just want to point out real quick, that PayPal link is not going to close, everybody. You can still donate after Friday. You just won't be in the drawing. That's all.
Okay.
So make that clear.
Well, good. So I imagine, Christy, Forrest has some friends that could make that big difference, huh?
Well, I think Mike was going to say it, but I'll say it. If someone has an idea, which a few people have started emailing me with the 50K challenge, please email me, especially if I've had a few people that maybe could make some of those larger donations and things. So they have some ideas. We will take ideas for the next day or so. We have to act quick because we know it's Friday, but we're up for different ideas. We give it out to the community and look what happens. So please give us some ideas. It's the kpro3@aol.com. I will take any ideas and we will talk about it, and then we will get it right back out, and hopefully something comes up. But there are some pretty special people out there that have some capacity.
It does sound like that indeed. Okay, Mike, Lesha, anything else?
A couple people, when I email them their numbers, they email me back and they say, well, if I win, I want you, Cow Lasers, to sell it on eBay and give Jamie the money. And that's okay. I can make that happen. But what I want to say is, if you are lucky enough to win on September 6th, I will email you by the night of September 6th, and you need to let me know. Give me a mailing address if you want it mailed. If you're there in person, we'll work that out. But whatever you want to happen with that item, if you want to give it to somebody else, if you want it sold, we'll work all that out. Just once we have the winners, we can figure that out.
Okay. All right. Okay. So let's see. Let me go over to Cynthia and bring us up to speed on the Gypsy Magic illustration.
Okay. The winning bid was $8,100.09. So I noticed that in the chat room, the woman that won is in the chat room. Her name is Nalika Nardelli. She gave me permission to say that she lives in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. And we will work out the logistics of this later tonight when she and Jamie and I can decide how to transfer the money. And then I will ship her the illustration. And Forrest changed his mind again. He emailed me this morning. He wanted me to go get it. I will ship it, which is fine. It is awesome. I mean, for me to actually get to see it, I hope that she will be very pleased with what she ends up seeing. So, and I did take pictures of it, and I put them on the blogs today. But even that still doesn't really do it justice. So anyway, thank you so much for the bid. There were 5 people that had sent me emails with multiple bids, and it turned out that was the final bid, $8,100.09.
Wow.
So my $7,999 bid didn't. No, I'm just kidding. There was no way I was going to get up to that number, even though I wanted to. I mean, for gosh sakes, they were gypsies, right? Well, that is just amazing. If I take that calculation, add them together, we're at $52,000. I want you guys to know we were involved in both the Rennell Jacobson drawing and the money bag drawing. The money bag drawing was nowhere near this. If I remember correctly, the Rennell Jacobson drawing was around $38,000. And so you guys out there in the community have far exceeded anything that this community has done in the past. And you should be very, very proud of yourselves. I think it's just amazing that you've accomplished this and you've done it so graciously. So I certainly appreciate it and recognize it. And I think this is one for the books, one that we can tell stories about for years. So, okay. Anything else, Cynthia?
Jane, Chris, do you want me to talk now about the events, or wait till after you talk?
Either way, but Cynthia's kind of the point person on the social, so either way.
Okay, hang on, but just before you do that, Cynthia, let's go ahead with the social things. But tell me again the lady's name.
Oh Jesus, Toby! I just.
Oh, okay, all right, okay. Oh Jesus. Oh jeez.
Nalika Nardelli, and I'm sorry, Nalika, if I'm pronouncing your first name wrong. I imagine that I am.
Well, Ms.
But anyway, you can see her name if you look at the chat.
Okay.
She's there.
Ms. Nardelli, thank you very much. And it's probably not a good thing to use Jesus and Toby in the same sentence. Okay, that'll get you a lightning strike. Okay, let's go from there to the events. Tell us about the events that are being planned for September 6th and 7th, Cynthia.
Okay, so I'm responsible if it goes well. If it doesn't, then someone else was responsible. But the after drawing event, I guess, will probably be at the Blue Corn Cafe, which is catty corner across the street from the bookstore. That morning, though, I will go by the Thunderbird just to see if they would be open by then. I said before they had a kitchen fire a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Their bar area is so much larger than the Blue Corn. So if they would be open, we would just walk the extra block to the Thunderbird. But for now, we will just go, assuming that we will go to the Blue Corn. That's after the drawing. And then everybody, there has been a change of time for the Friday brunch. Tasuke Village asked me if we could begin it at 9 o'clock instead of 9:30. They have a large group coming in at 11. So I said, yes, we would do that. So we will have the porch from 9 a.m. until 11 a.m. on Friday.
Great. So are you, it sounds like you're going to still try and get us into the Thunderbird bar?
I'm going to check to see if they're open. They told me that they couldn't say that they'd be open in less than a month. And I think our function is about 3 weeks into their repair. And that's what I'm not sure about. And
you're just concerned that the Blue Corn won't hold us all?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
from the number that have RSVP'd for the breakfast, it will be over capacity, and we think there'll be more at the event. So some people need to break off. Some people, we'll make it work.
Yeah, we'll make it work. Okay, Cynthia, what else?
That's all.
Okay, where are you keeping? Where are you making this information available?
You.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll make sure that I do.
No, actually, I send my updates to that group email mostly.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It updates her link and puts it on all the other websites.
Yeah, and we do too. If all this information is updated on bit.ly/JJ It's up to about 9 pages worth of information. So before you head to Santa Fe, it would be a good idea to print all of that out. Okay. What else, Cynthia?
That's all I have.
Okay. Kpro? Christy?
Okay, a couple things, and a few people have asked me questions, and I think I've gotten them enough that I'm going to go over a couple of the questions. But first, the bookstore on the 6th at 2 o'clock. I see that Shelley already answered the question in the chat, but is it going to be live streamed? Yes, AGK is live streaming it.
We are live streaming it.
We will have a mystery person who is not in the drawing who will be drawing the tickets. We've had a couple of questions on how are we verifying. That person is going to name the number, not a name. And then I am going to have it with a one-page document that I will put the number down and then hand it to Mike, who has the database, to make sure that if it's the person that donated, they will draw again. If it's not, that's the person that wins. And we're going to do that at this point 68 times. So it will be a little bit of a conveyor belt of numbers, but we think it's important for everyone to see it as we go. And that's except for the 1, 2, 3. So the Search Coin 1 and the memoirs, the Search Coin 2 and the Search Coin 3, those are kind of exempt because we're going to go through all the other, I won't say smaller items because some of them are bigger, but those 3 items are considered first, second, and third. We're going to go through those 65 items or so and then take all those tickets and pull them right back into the hat and then go through. So everyone will have a chance at 1, 2, and 3. Let's see. Some people have asked if the items are going to be there. They are not, security reasons wise. We just don't want to deal with another complexity. But if you are at the event and you win, there will be a verification process. We just aren't going to say, oh, here you go. But we have the ability to get it to you. We're hoping that next morning at breakfast, but if it needs to happen a little bit quicker, if you're heading out of town, we can make that happen. But you basically go see Mike. He has a verification process. We will go get the items for the people that are there, and then we will get them to you. So if you are in attendance and you do win items, you will be able to get those that evening or that day, evening, the next day. Let's see. We do need everything. Mike already said this, but if you aren't at the event, we need your shipping address as quickly as possible because we are going to be doing a huge shipping party and getting everything out. So we need that as quickly as possible. So those are the updates, and then I'll go over the few questions. Some people have asked, how early can you arrive? Officially, when the bookstore opens, I believe it's either 9 or 10. I think it's 9 o'clock. But the event doesn't start until 2. If you do go, though, buy something from the coffee shop. They are an independent. They are, buy something from the bookstore, too. But especially from the coffee shop, they are being very nice to us because this isn't officially a book signing. So they have been great to us about allowing us there. It's just going to be set up like regular, except for there will be a stage that Forrest and Shiloh, myself, we'll see how it all is going to be set up. But then it's just the regular bookstore for the rest of it. So is Forrest going to be at the bookstore? Yes. Is he going to be at the other events? We can't commit him to those. We don't think so, but we'll see what happens. This is one that I've gotten from several people. They are really excited about some of the items that are in the drawing, not just first, second, third, but a few of the items. And they've said to me, here's my price. Can I pay for it? The answer is no. What you can do, though, is after the event, Mike is willing to give your information to the winner if you want to make that same bid to that person. We won't give that person's info to you, but we will give the info for you to those people. And wow, there are some really excited people about some of those items on there. So I've gotten a lot of requests. So no more. They're tempting me. No, they're really not.
I can confirm that we got several requests for the 2.2 pound silver coin that John Bob donated. We passed those on to Christy. So they're,
I saw it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Isn't it beautiful?
How much do I have to, what's the bid up to in that? That is awesome.
Yeah.
I held it and it's like, oh my God, it must weigh 10 pounds.
There's nothing better than a Forrest Fenn searcher coin. That's my opinion.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, Christy, keep going.
So there's been one thing that some people have asked, why was the $10,000 challenge at $26,000 and and I don't remember it. I just put out $1,162.72, and they think it's a hint and to find the treasure. Let me just tell you, Forrest emailed me and said, what are we at? And I told him it was like $16,255.72. And he said, okay, $10,000 challenge. I know now where we need to be at. That was the only reason it's not a hint for the treasure. And then the other question came is the condo, the 1 week condo veil in Colorado, is it transferable to another like family member if they're not able to attend or take it for the week? Yes. A few people did ask, could I sell it on eBay and to someone, because it is worth about $3,000. The owners have said they would not like that to happen. They would like to be someone in the search community or their family. So, and is there any way for them to officially figure out? Probably not, but hopefully we are all able to go with their wishes. So the only other item, I will say I'm going to update that 3-page document tonight. We've had some new items come in. We're working all the logistics now. But the one question that I've seen from the chat room is, what about the Wonder Woman and Superman challenge? And this goes to Minotaur Marino's question, has the press been notified? They have. They will be there. And so I believe that we need to take that off the table, because I think it'll look a little odd if that is happening. So we will make it better in some other way. Maybe it'll be, see, I wore my Superwoman outfit today. We will do it on a panel or something. But I think if we do have, especially TV, they haven't confirmed, but we're going to have some press there. I think it would just not be the best impression. Sean from the flip side always says, we get such bad press. I want this to be an opportunity for us just to be all positive and not totally insane and crazy. Cynthia's asked me, will I wear it to the after party? I don't know. We'll figure something out, but let's just focus on 50K challenge and some of those other things that are happening. So I hope everybody understands it kind of started as a joke and somehow it got ballooned into more and more and more. So anyway, that's all my updates unless there's questions.
All right. So to help you out a little bit, if you're not comfortable wearing that Wonder Woman outfit, if we do make it to 60K, I'll wear the Wonder Woman outfit. So.
60K. You heard it, everybody.
Okay, Shelley, have we got any questions from the chat room?
No, I did just want to mention that not only is Nalika Nardelli the winner of the bid for the Gypsy Magic in the room, but also her aunt, Cheryl Newman, is also here. So I just wanted to bring that up. We don't have any other questions that haven't already been answered by the panel. So I just want to say what a wonderful job everybody's doing. We do have 2 super chats this evening. We got $100 Canadian to start off with, and we just got another super chat from Laddie Yaddy for $9.99. So thank you everybody for that.
Well, thank you both for your contributions to our campaign as well as to Jamie's campaign. I promised I wouldn't make this a long show because it was most important just to get this information out there. But before we leave, I can't help but ask Jamie, how are you feeling right now?
You know, as this whole thing's been going on, every day I just get more and more, I don't know how to say it. I'm speechless, you know. The community is just amazing. You guys are amazing. I mean, K-Pro throwing this together, follow me down for asking how I was doing. Toby, all the work you've been doing to get me on here, even though I can't see you right now. Mike, the coins, the logistics, the financials. Jelly, I've never met you before, but I look forward to it. I thank you for your contribution. Cynthia, you're amazing. You're a great little coordinator there, and I look forward to seeing you again. I remember the La Fonda. You know, Forrest, oh my goodness, Forrest Fenn, for little old me. I mean, this is just crazy, and everybody has just come together, and I'm so grateful. You just don't even know how grateful I am. It's hard to be sad in a situation like this when I feel so blessed and so lucky. You know, who needs to find a treasure when I got you guys? I mean, thank you, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Well, I'm glad you could be with us tonight so that you could hear and see, well, that you could hear all of this, Jamie.
Yeah. I'll watch it later.
Yeah, watch it later and enjoy it. And of course, we'll look forward to visiting with you on the 6th. I do want to reassure everyone that we will be live streaming the event, although it's scheduled to start at 2 o'clock. Shelley and I will be there early for the setup because we bring our own wireless system with us. And then we'll probably start broadcasting or wirecasting around 1 o'clock, maybe 1:30, so that we get a head start on things and make sure everything is okay. For those of you that may want to come and use your own cell phones to broadcast, to live stream to your own channels, you're welcome to do that. We don't compete with you. Like I said, we bring our own wireless system, so we're completely independent from that. And I'm sure the more information that is collected on that day, the better off we are going to be. And we're going to follow the process right from the beginning. As they lay out the tickets, we'll get close-ups of all of that. Shelley will be moving around with a microphone, et cetera, so that we get all the audio that's going on. And then we'll cover it as each of the, what is it, 68 tickets, did you say, are going to be drawn? So get your microphone practice in, Shell. Just
So it'll be 80 by the time we get
by the
there.
time everything is done. Yeah. Wow.
And I'll be able to see y'all.
Yeah, that'll be good. Yeah. So, and we still don't know who the guest drawing person is. Is that correct?
We are still not saying who the mystery person is.
Okay. All right. Well, let's. We didn't know it was going to be when we did the Renelle Jacobson drawing. We didn't know right up until the end that it was going to be. Oh, great! Now I forgot her name. The actress, Love Story.
Ally McGraw.
Ally McGraw. Yeah.
Ally McGraw.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So who knows?
Well,
He might.
I should say, and full disclosure, our mystery person was going to be Jamie, and we already asked her, and she was going to. But now that she has tickets and we are holding true to what we're saying, I had to call her and say, now that you have all these tickets, and she goes, what? And nobody had told her. And so I got to do this pleasant surprise, but we are looking now for a different mystery person. So full disclosure, this is what happens in the last couple of days.
Valerie Plame. Valerie Plame lives in Santa Fe. Do you know who she is?
Mm-hmm.
She was the CIA spy that was outed by the Bush administration. She and her husband, she eventually left the CIA. He was with the State Department. And she's written a couple of books, but she's a friend of Forrest's. Valerie Plame, Plame. That would be...
Okay.
That would be exciting for Toby.
Suzanne Summers. I wonder if she could show
Yes, she could show up, Suzanne Summers. But not, Valerie Plame. Trust me on this one.
Okay, Valerie Plame.
Valerie Plame. Okay.
I had
Shelley,
a couple quick things, Toby.
hang on. Let me go to Shelley. She's got a couple of questions from the chat room, and then I'll go back to you, Mike.
Yeah, let me just ask these two questions.
Yeah.
Copper Dan wants to know, K-Pro, if we bring our Thrill of the Chase book, might Forrest be available to sign them?
I'll put the might there. I will say the bookstore, we have a very tight schedule because they actually have a second event that evening. So I will say, let's just put it under might. I've asked him and he always wants to make it happen, but the bookstore is real tight on time. So we'll try. So come and see me. I'm going to be there early too. Come and see me and we'll try to figure something out because several people have asked that and I'm sorry I didn't go over that. We'll try to make it happen because he's there and all that. But officially, I can't say yes because the time is going to be very tight in the bookstore.
Yeah. Shelley, second question.
Sean Martinez wants to know if there's an estimated attendance for the event.
K-Pro, any indication?
It's a guess, my guess, but Cynthia and I both guessed, and we guessed the same number. So we think probably 50, maybe 70, but it'll be standing room only, definitely. So, but that's just the guess from the number that people that have said they're coming in. There's quite a few flying in. Lots of people asking questions about the social, etc. We have 25 RSVP'd for the breakfast, so that's kind of where we backed it out and thought we're going to have at least double for the event. But Toby and Shelley, you've done more of these than anyone. I I don't know if that's a good estimate or not.
That's probably a good estimate. I would say the only difference between what some of the searchers have seen in the past is that there won't be any seating. The only seating that will be there is what you find in the coffee shop, and that's very limited. Right. So if you do get there early, you'll be able to get a seat. If you don't get there early, it's going to be like Christy said, standing room only. The last time we did this for Rennell Jacobson, we centered up on the fireplace. There was 2 couches that they used kind of to block the space out. We did it all at the fireplace, and everybody was standing during the whole time. So I imagine that's how the bookstore will do this one. I will be surprised if they put us up on the corner stage. I think that would just be too much. So I imagine we'll work in front of the fireplace, and that means it's going to go very quickly, or as quickly as the bookstore can make it happen. So. And
Toby, why don't you and I talk, because I'm actually going early to, they would like me to suggest how to set it up, and you probably have more, you definitely have more, especially from the sound and the camera and all that.
Yeah,
So
Shelley and I are going up on Wednesday. We'll be up there Wednesday at 1 p.m., and we were planning to go to the bookstore from there, so maybe we could coordinate being at the bookstore Wednesday afternoon and doing all of that, unless you have to be there earlier. And it's an hour drive for us, so if you want to do it earlier in the week, we can meet you up there.
I scheduled it earlier, but let's see if I can change it, because I don't think, it was just what I suggest. I'm in Tuesday, so I suggested
yeah.
But we'll talk about
We'll be there at Wednesday, yeah. Mike, you had something else that you wanted to say.
So somebody asked the question, I got an email, where are the winning numbers going to be posted for people who can't watch the live stream? So Christy, I think you need to post them maybe in the Hint of Riches, or somewhere. They do need to be posted so people can go back later and see if they won or not.
Let's do it on the site that Toby set up, and on
right, there you go.
And on everywhere.
Of course, the video is going to be available, so there is the description box. We could put them in the description box for the video, but for certain, we can take that data and we can put it into the bit.ly/JJ Dickens. It's just an additional page, and that's easy to get to, and it's got all the other information associated with it as well. Okay?
And I saw a comment in the chat that said, for the people who win items, can they donate the items to have another auction? That might be something I'd have to talk to Christy about at a later time.
Yeah,
but it's possible. It's possible.
This is so balloon. I love you, Jamie, but okay, we
can we do this only once a disaster or something?
We'll talk about that. See
let's get past that.
For ideas. Always up for
Yeah. Okay, so last words from everybody, and we'll get out of here just a little bit early. Mike?
Remember, I have emailed you your numbers, everybody who donated. So if you do not have your numbers, you need to contact me, because there's a couple invalid emails, and I would hate for somebody to think that they're in the drawing, but they're not. If I haven't emailed you your numbers, you have not been assigned any numbers, and you are not in the drawing.
Christy?
I would just say, if there's quite a few people that are bringing their items to the event, I don't want them to bring them to the event. So let's just coordinate, even if it's a couple hours beforehand. That's probably the only other one I didn't say, but I'm looking forward to meeting everybody, and it's so exciting, and thanks for letting me be a part of kind of bringing this a little bit together. So thank you.
Cynthia?
Yes, for anybody who hasn't RSVP'd yet for that Friday brunch, if you don't want to send your attendance probability to Christy, you can go to my which I don't blame you, but anyway, go to my website. My Gmail email is on my website, so you can just email me if you want to and let me know. I think we've already we're going to have more than 25 people, I think, as of now, and that's what they're setting up for. It won't be a problem when we have the whole porch. It'll just make it a lot easier on them if I can give them an updated head count, probably Thursday. I can find out also the people who are attending the drawing, but it would be really nice if we can let them know even before Thursday afternoon how many seats we will need.
And anyway. Did you already say that the restaurant had requested that everybody bring cash to pay for their meals?
Yes, and that was good to bring up. So the restaurant will take credit cards, but it just takes so much longer. So they said anybody that can pay in cash, because they are actually allowing us to pay with separate checks. It will be a very long process for a few servers to to get everyone's, their bills and everything settled up, their checks. So it's just much easier for them if you have cash. And they are really working with us to be able to order off the full menu and to be able to order using separate checks. So any little bit we can help them out, I think that we should.
All right. Thank you. Shelley Carney, last words?
Somebody asked the question, do you know how many people are allowed in the restaurant as to fire marshal code or in the bookstore?
Oh, no.
No. I remember.
I don't think we're going to exceed the number allowed, because I've been at other Fenn book signings, and the store was so crowded you barely could walk through the crowd.
The last.
So I don't think that the 50 or whatever people who will show up for this, I don't think it will be a problem.
So just in case, everybody who's planning to show up to the bookstore on September 6th, bring a small fire extinguisher with you, and we'll just kind of use it as a...
or bear spray.
Bear spray.
Other people will leave.
Okay, and Shelley Carney, did you finish your last words? Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you all for being here this evening, for all your support in the chat room. There's a lot of well wishes and a lot of thank yous to K-Pro, Mike, and Cynthia for putting all this together. And thank you all for that support, for JJ Diggins, for Jamie this evening. We appreciate that. And make sure you tune in tomorrow night, 7:00 p.m. Mountain Time, on thesofterside.me. Toby and I will be talking about the law of attraction.
Which is a good topic for this. Okay, so I just lost K-Pro. She went out. We'll see if she comes back. But we'd already had her with her last words. Jamie, last words.
I would like to thank everybody in the Chase community for your contributions. You've really made this a lot easier on my husband and I. You've given us a lot more to look forward to. Thank you all. I look forward to seeing whoever gets to go to the drawing. I look forward to seeing my old friends, new friends, and thank all of you. Thank everybody. I'm without words. I'm just so grateful.
Well, we're grateful that the community could do this for you. So I have been part of the Fenn search since 2013. I've recorded several events. I've live streamed several events. I was at the 2 previous campaigns like this, the one for Rennell Jacobson and the one for the money bag drawing. The money went to the Santa Fe Children's Museum. Jessica Jackson was our friend that was operating it at that time. I want you to know that I have never seen a community come out like this one for this campaign, with what I would call a lot of love and affection for one of our fellow searchers, and with real caring and investment and meeting the goals. I think it just is one that's worth eventually writing about. And if I can find a journalist that I can talk to, I'm going to get that journalist to write this story, because I think it's an amazing story of care and love in the community. And not that I wish that we ever have to go through this again, but I want you to know that what you did as part of the community was heroic. You really came through, and you should be very proud of that. We certainly are at Gypsy's Kiss, and we'll do everything we can to talk about it. For those of you into tonight's chat room, thank you for joining us tonight. We really appreciate you being here. We know that you're part of this. We look forward to visiting with you on September 6th in the Collected Works. And if you can't be there, we will look forward to live streaming the event to you as well as we can on that day. All right? Thanks again for all our panel members for joining us tonight. Jamie, thank you. We look forward to meeting you on the 6th so that we can have something other than this electronic interaction that you and I have had. And Mike and Cynthia, of course, we look forward to seeing you guys as well. Christy, when you see this, when you see the video, well, we missed you the last few minutes, but again, you should be complimented on your contributions to this effort. We know it's been a great deal of work on your part, a great deal of work on Mike's part and Cynthia's part, and we're glad that we have folks like you in the community that take on these big jobs and really accomplish them with what looks like a lot of ease, honestly, but we know it's a lot of work. Okay. So thanks again, you guys. Here's a new outro for you.